Hello.
And welcome.
It's the Graveyard Girls, a true crime and mysteries podcast.
It is indeed. And Natasha's going to start this one, but before we do, I think we kind of decided to not revisit this one, but we wanted to add to it because, well, we think the listeners have enjoyed these bizarre and unusual deaths. Well, this is one main thing. I think it's one of my favourite ones recently to have recorded. That and the Phantom P-Flinger.
Yeah.
That sort of
similar.
thing. Yeah. I've really enjoyed these. Yeah. And I think it's just silly. Like, we get a good giggle out of it. Or it's like just disgusting and we're like, I don't like that. So I think we just wanted to touch on a few more of those. So I don't know, maybe we should name this more bizarre and unusual
deaths. Yes, because I don't think you just said what we were going to talk about today.
I have now.
Strange deaths.
Yeah, there we go. So, yeah, I think Natasha's going to start it off.
I know mine had a theme last time.
Ooh, okay.
It doesn't this time.
Oh, okay. It's just random.
Yeah, because it was a bit like...
Yeah, you went very dark last time, which surprised me. You're normally like...
not the more
sensible one, but... I don't know, you're a bit more like, oh no, that's a bit bad.
I don't know why I went dark. I think there was a moral of the story, don't fuck around with animals.
Yeah. Maybe you were just having a bad day when you wrote it. Possibly. Right. Anyway, I shall let you start.
My first one.
Okay.
Because I have a few. I know you do yours a bit differently. Mine are like, I take mine for like as it is, and I'm just like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
So Stanton Walker, who's 20, on the 25th of October 1902.
Okay.
He was watching a amateur baseball game in Morristown, Ohio.
Oh.
With a friend on either side of him.
Okay. Seems harmless.
It does seem harmless. And then I was just like, why did you bring that? One of his friend borrowed a knife from the other one.
What?
To sharpen his pencil. I was just like, okay, that makes sense.
Sharpen his pencil? Why? Do they not have pencil sharpeners?
Maybe not, because this is 1902. So maybe...
Yeah, but didn't they have them big ones that you wind up?
You're not going to take that one with you, are you?
It's better than a knife.
Hold on. You're at a baseball game. I think
also, why does he need a pencil?
To mark the scores.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so I was just like, why are you... And then I was like, okay, that makes a little bit of sense.
I thought like he'd like doing his homework while he's there.
So when he finished passing the knife to his friend...
Right.
As it like was passing over Walker. So it was across his chest.
Yes.
So Walker was holding the knife. A foul ball struck him in the hand.
No!
Drove the knife into his chest next to his heart.
What?
His friends asked if he was hurt. And he said, not much.
What the fuck? What are the chances of that?
But the wound soon began to bleed heavily and he died within minutes.
Oh, I'm not surprised.
He's like, oh, not much, I'm fine.
You alright, mate?
I'm fine. So, yep. He was 20 years old and he died at an amateur baseball game.
Right, okay.
Yeah. Stanton.
I mean, what a way to go.
I know.
But also, why are they passing the knife like that? Why aren't they passing it
yeah, like, why would you be like...
Yeah. Who passes it? How do you even pass a knife like that? I think they, like, timed it and someone's like, quick, hit the ball. It's a secret murder.
So this one I'm going to, like, touch on a little bit.
Okay.
Because I could have gone into a lot of detail. I might do it for another episode.
Oh, okay.
So on the 15th of January, 1919...
Yes.
21 people were killed and 150 were injured in the Great Molasses Flood.
Oh, okay.
When a large tank of molasses burnt in Boston's North End.
Oh.
So that kind of reminded me of my ships with the molten.
Yeah.
So this is actually molten, well, liquid sugar.
Yeah. So
people died in it.
Yeah. Well, yeah, you just suffocate if that swept you out.
So I thought...
You're not like you'd be able to swim in it as well. It'd be really sticky, wouldn't it? Imagine that goop. I mean, it might taste nice. Does it at that point?
I think so. Why else would you use it?
Oh, yeah, true. I don't know if some things like just as a plant state, like, does it taste a bit weird? It's not until they've added everything else to it.
Yeah. I see what you mean. I don't know.
I don't think it's the worst way to die.
I think it's up there.
I think I'd rather die in sugar than...
Yeah, but you drown in it. You can't move.
Yeah, but I'll just be lapping it up. Darling, you know, like Winnie the Pooh and Honey Pot.
Okay, you're the one that survives because you ate your way out.
Yeah. I mean, I got diabetes at the end, but it's fine. That's what kills me off in the end. So, yeah, survive the molasses flood and die of diabetes. But I think I'd rather die that way than a stab wound to the chest.
True.
From a stray ball.
Yeah. So on the 4th of June 1923, Frank Hayes was a 20-year-old jockey from Elmont, New York.
Okay.
He died of a heart attack mid-race and collapsed on his horse, which crossed the finish line first, still carrying his body.
Did he make it?
First.
Yeah, there we go. See?
So does he technically win because it's the horse?
I think so, yeah.
So
the horse is still on, yeah. And as long as he's still attached, as long as he's not come off.
He's not fallen off.
Yeah.
He's still, So
there you go.
Dead man.
I mean, a bit unfortunate for him, but...
Yeah. He's only 22.
I mean, technically, probably died doing what he loves.
Yeah.
His job.
Yeah.
So, I mean, yeah, again, I guess it's not the worst way to go. Maybe he got so excited, like, pre-race, that it brought on a heart attack.
Maybe, yeah.
Because that's a young age to have one.
Yeah. That's like drugs, maybe? I don't know.
Yeah, quite possibly, actually, to be fair.
So moving on, this one is kind of sad because he's really old.
Oh, and is it a little old man?
Yeah.
Oh, I like little old men. Not like that, just...
So on the 8th of December, 1755,
okay,
Henry Hall was a 94-year-old British lighthouse keeper.
Okay.
And he died several days after fighting a fire at Rudyard's Tower, during which molten lead from the roof fell down his throat.
Oh!
Yeah.
Ouch!
Yeah.
What was it? Is he like the mouse man with his mouth open?
Yeah, I think he has his mouth open. Well,
Or is it more he's inhaled it, like he's looked up?
I think he's looking up and then it's just... That was unfortunate timing.
Oh.
So how did he not die, like, instantly?
Yeah.
So his autopsy revealed that the diaphragmatic upper mouth of the stomach greatly inflamed and ulcerated, and the tunica of the lower part of the stomach burnt.
Ooh.
And from great cavity of it took out a piece of lead which weighed exactly 7 pounds, 5 drachmas and 18 grains. The piece of lead is currently in the collection of the National Museum of Scotland.
Ooh, that's kind of road trip.
So it's like, how did he survive that?
So was it like molten, did you say?
Yeah, molten lead.
So he swallowed it, so he's effectively burnt from his insides. Then it's like solidified.
And then he died
and they've pulled it
days
out.
later. Yeah, because they needed to check how he died. So that really, like...
Poor little old man.
Yeah.
He was like a hero as well. Like, he's like a genuine hero.
Yeah, like 95-year-old, he's fighting a fire.
Oh, I quite like him.
Yeah. Henry Hall. So the 22nd of March, 1687, Jean-Baptiste Lully was the French composer, and he died of gangrene absence after accidentally piercing his foot with a staff while he was vigorously conducting a Te-Deum.
Oh, so is that where like this?
Yeah.
It's like the big stick thing, and they stamp it on the floor.
Stabbed it with his foot.
I mean, to be fair, I bet that's quite easy to do. But why did he not? It's a gangrene, isn't it? Why don't you just like chop his foot off or something?
I will tell you.
Oh.
It was customary at the time to conduct by banging on staff on the floor, which is how he did it, and he refused to have his leg amputated so he could still dance.
Oh, okay. Well, that was a bit silly of him.
Stubborn. He wanted to dance. He could have danced with one leg.
Yeah. Give you a wooden leg.
Maybe
you could use his staff.
Maybe don't stab yourself in the foot.
Also, why has it got a pointy bottom?
Maybe it didn't have such a pointy bottom, but he did it so hard.
Yeah, but not surely that. Like, if it's flat on the bottom, like surely wouldn't it just bruise? Like maybe break your foot.
But then maybe like he went a little bit, so he cut some.
Oh yeah, maybe. I was gonna say if it's like pierced at the bottom, like, isn't that a bit of a silly idea? Wouldn't it make a hole in the floor? Yeah, how did they not crack the floor? Or did they still have like straw floor at this point? When was it?
1687.
Oh no, they would have had some stone floors. It would have had more of an effect on a stone floor, wouldn't it?
Yeah, so it's like...
Might crash the tile.
So in 1567, this one you might find funny.
Okay.
I put this one in there on purpose. Hans Steininger. He was the burgomaster of Brunau.
Oh.
Yes. I don't know if that was right or not. I don't know. We're keeping it in there.
Okay.
He died when he broke his neck tripping over his own beard.
How long was his beard? Was he a dwarf?
The beard was 4.5 foot.
What?
Yep. And he usually kept it rolled up in a leather pouch around his neck. But this time he was obviously...
hadn't.
Yeah, and he tripped over and broke his neck and died.
That's a little bit silly of him, wasn't
That's
it?
a very long beard.
Like, I have long hair and that's bad enough.
Yeah, imagine that as a beard.
Why did he grow his beard that long?
I don't know.
Was that a custom for the time?
I don't know. 1567.
I'm thinking like little like dwarves, sort of like hobbit like, but he's got a really long beard.
Oh no.
So he's like, instead of like Rapunzel, let down your hair. Hands, let down your beard.
Oh, imagine how dirty it would be.
Yeah, all the food stuck in it.
And people constantly, like, if you have to put it in a pouch, maybe
it's got a bit long. Yeah.
It's like, I mean, if you have to keep putting it in a pouch, maybe like hands.
Maybe like, don't
just
let
trim
it
a little
past your
bit.
knees.
Yeah.
Like I like a man with a beard.
That's extreme. Maybe he ties it around he's bald and he ties it around his head.
Oh, I mean, to be fair, he might. Maybe it's so strong, like he uses it like to pull things, like a cart. You know, like people, like the strongest people in the world. Maybe that's what he does. Like people have weird things like to pull things through with their piercings.
Yeah.
Maybe that was like that equivalent, or maybe everyone else there couldn't really grow their hair very long, so he was like a bit of a show off. Yeah,
and that's how he died.
Yeah, it turns out he was very
my
vain.
beard. So my last one. This has a horse.
Oh,
so I included it for you.
Okay.
And it's rather silly, so I thought you might enjoy it. So the 26th of August, 1346.
Oh, okay.
John of Bohemia.
Oh.
After being blind for 10 years, he died in a battle. I forgot.
Did you forget that bit?
Yeah, Krevshi? He died in a battle when, at his command, his companions tied their horses' reins to his own and charged.
What?
He was slaughtered in the ensuing fight. So a blind man wanted to participate in a battle.
Okay, I mean, top marks for team playing. Mm-hmm. So, I'm sorry, a bit confused. They tied him to the reins of his horse or the horses together?
All the horses together. So his horse, his companion horses, tied their reins together, went charging. Death.
Whose silly idea was that?
John of Bohemia. I think he was I don't think he was a king. He was quite...
But even the horses, surely they would trip over the reins if they've tied them all together. Like, if one goes down, they're all going down. Why don't they just, like, tie him to the horse?
Just tie him to a tree. Like, yeah, you're running with us. Yeah. And then he's murdered. No, he wanted to take...
I mean, at least he didn't really see it coming, so...
How silly do you have to be? Like, I understand you wanting to participate, to fight for what you believe is right.
Good, yeah.
But you...
Couldn't you have like a guide horse? Like, you know, like blind people get like people to run with now in the Olympics. Couldn't they have done that? So, like, they tie him to his horse and, like, someone holds his arm and they canter together. Yes,
that would make better sense, but I still don't think it would be helpful in a battle.
Well, no, not really, but he'd also look really fearless from the other side. They'd be like, God, this guy isn't stopping for anyone, and it's because he can't fucking see what he's about to run into. But then he might scare the others off, because they might be like, shit, he's not stopping. And then they all retreat.
Yeah.
There you go. Maybe that was the original tactic. They thought, if he looks fearless,
it's like
he wouldn't have been pulling a scared face, would he? Because he wouldn't have known.
It was like I can't remember. Was it Romans? Some army in like the ancient times used to fight naked. Ooh. Sometimes with an erect penis. I know they used to do like
Olympic style things naked.
Sometimes with an erect penis, so it would like seem off-putting to the opposing side. And
as long as the other side weren't all women.
But surely it's more like a target. You're just gonna...
Yeah, just chop it off.
Yeah.
Also, if that's the bit that came into contact with someone else first, like smashing it on, I should imagine that hurts.
Maybe they like being hit.
I don't know. It's like when they used to do like the whole Olympics thing, and that was all naked, and you just got knobs and balls flailing about. Like, imagine that, like, if they're playing rugby now, and they're all naked, and they're just going in for a bit of a scrum.
Especially when their arms are like that. Got nothing to grab hold of. Yeah, okay.
Yeah, there we go. We've
we're at your point now.
Right. On that note, and moving swiftly on. It's a little out now. Obviously, I'm sure many of the listeners, like us were told as a child, don't run with scissors.
Ah.
Yeah.
Is this where it comes from?
I'm wondering, possibly. Now, there's no evidence to suggest this lady was running at the time, but I do wonder if it's where it's come from. So one morning, May the 22nd, 1896 to be precise, an unnamed French woman was tending to her garden. Okay, she's trimming a bush. Okay. Whilst walking back to the house, she tripped and stumbled to the ground.
Oh.
So obviously normally that would have just been quite a minor accident. However, this lady happened to be holding a pair of scissors. According to the paper of the Westminster Budget, she stumbled, fell, so that the scissors in her hand went through her neck, severing her jugular vein. The wound was so severe that the poor lady died not 3 minutes later from abrupt blood loss.
How the hell just...
Yeah, this is my... If I thought it was in the chest or stomach, fair enough. So then I was sort of thinking, is it this, like, someone murdered her?
Yeah.
And then, like, this is like a little cover-up thing.
Because who's walking, like, holding the scissors to your throat?
Yeah. So, I don't know, unless she was putting her hands out or up to steady her fall. But even then, I don't see... Or did the scissors fall out of her hand, but felt like pointy bit upwards, and she's like, her head's and neck's fallen onto it. I don't really know. I couldn't find any more. They didn't even name her, because I wanted to find out a bit more.
No, she was probably murdered.
It does sound like she was murdered, doesn't it? And you just be like, oh, that was an unfortunate accident.
Let's test it to see how you fall.
Okay. If there's any listeners out there that want to be willing
be like
volunteers.
That man who, was it the police officer who's like, oh, they'd never shot themselves.
Oh,
this is how they did
episode, it. Yeah. Show us how it was done.
And he did. Silly.
But yeah. So, definitely don't run with scissors, but also if you're walking back from your house, be careful how you hold your scissors.
Yeah. I don't understand that.
How it got a jugular vein.
No.
The only thing I could think of is if maybe it was a bit rocky, she dropped the scissors as she fell. They got wedged in a rock, like point up, and she's like smashed her face and her neck on the ground as she's fallen and become impaled on the scissors, that severing the vein.
Maybe, but that...
It's a bit precise, that is, isn't it?
Yeah. It was her time to go if that was the way.
But yeah, so very unusual. Okay, and then this next one. I guess this one maybe now... I didn't do a theme last time, but maybe I'm going for a bit of a theme this time. It's more, not necessarily a moral of the story, but more like you should be a bit more careful with things you're doing.
Moral of the story is good for not dying.
Exactly. This one is a reminder not to climb fences. Okay?
Yeah.
Okay?
They're put there for a reason.
Yeah, to keep you out. So in 1893, in Australia, a lady by the name of Mary Agnes Lappish had been enjoying a few alcoholic beverages.
Oh no.
She stumbled home down the streets of West Melbourne towards her neighbourhood at Abbott Street. She would never make it home, unfortunately.
Oh no.
The following morning, locals found Mary's body suspended from a barbed wire fence.
Oh, a barbed wire fence? Oh no.
The city coroner, Dr. Yule, stated that the intoxicated Mary must have been trying to climb over the fence when she slipped and became twisted in the wire. However, the actual cause of death is bringing things into question for me a little bit here. The cause of death was suffocation over the course of the night. How did she suffocate? Strangled would make sense in the barbed wire fence, but suffocating was not what I was expecting. So unless like a dress came over her head and or her clothes and she couldn't breathe.
Unless they used the word wrong. So, like, she suffocated. The barbed wires around her neck. She suffocated.
But more you think like that, strangler.
Yeah.
I mean, moral of the story, first of all, don't climb over barbed wire fences.
Yeah.
But second of all, I'm thinking, like, with the previous one, is there a bit more to it?
Sorry, when was this?
In 1893.
Oh, so there's no plastic bags in the wind that got caught on the thing.
Back on her head.
Yeah.
Well, the only thing I could think of is she's suffocated. She's become a bit tangled up in the fence. Plausible. It didn't necessarily strangle her, but maybe like a coat or something, or a dress has come over her head, and then like she can't really move because she's a bit mangled, and then like she's suffocated that way. Because she's been entangled in her own clothes. Maybe. I don't know. Very unusual. I mean, it fits perfectly in this episode because it really doesn't make much sense. I just thought the actual cause of death was unusual, suffocation. So, unless she, I don't know, maybe she just became so distressed that, I don't know, she just stopped breathing.
Yeah, like the suffocation part, it's just like...
It's a bit odd. Yeah. It threw me out. I was genuinely expecting strangulation or like impalement. Like the barbed wire isn't that bad, but if it made loads of little cuts, if that got you in the neck, you could bleed out.
Yeah.
But yeah, suffocation apparently.
Strange.
So this next one is not one you would necessarily think would kill you. But on a Wednesday night in 1892, Martha Roundtree was working in a restaurant, nothing abnormal. She'd just finished cleaning the floors when she suddenly began to sneeze. Okay.
Is she allergic to the cleaning?
No.
Huh?
I think she maybe... You know, sometimes when you do, like, if it smells a bit florally, I don't know whether it was back in 1892, but you know, like, it gets up your nose a little bit, or like an air freshener, and it makes you sneeze.
Yeah.
Okay. She, in fact, sneezed so hard that her intestinal hernia ruptured, bursting a hole in her stomach.
Oh.
Yeah. Martha was whisked to hospital for emergency surgery, and surgeons did what they could. But unfortunately, by the Saturday afternoon of that same week, Martha had passed away. Okay. And I thought, from a sneeze, it's fucking horrible. But then I had to include what they put in the newspaper because I just like how they described the passing of this person. And this was in the Austin Weekly. It stated, "She now occupies a grave in the cemetery. The result of a sneeze."
It's very to the point.
Yeah.
I mean, you don't need
I just like how they used to write these.
Yeah.
Like,
I mean, it tells you everything. It tells you everything.
And also, I like she occupies a grave in the cemetery. Like, what other graves? Where else? I mean, apart from the unmarked ones of unfound dead people, where else are there graves other than a cemetery?
Some had them in their own gardens.
Okay. What, when you bury a pet?
Yeah, some people have like a family...
Oh, yeah, true.
Family graveyard in their back garden.
I think you have to have a big house for that, though.
Yeah.
But yeah, not little old Martha, the little restaurant cleaner.
No.
But yeah, sneeze. Can you imagine that? Ruptured your hernia.
Sometimes sneezes do hurt, though.
They do.
Yeah.
But you'd never think it'd
No.
burst her... I mean, she was obviously ill before if she had a hernia, but you wouldn't think of it bursting your hernia from one... It must have been a mighty sneeze. Can you imagine? Blew everyone else away in the restaurant.
What if it was one of those really tiny
it blew
ones?
a child across the room.
Barbara's not in this one. No, imagine if it was just one of those really tiny ones.
Oh, yeah. You know, I've done it before because someone used to tell me off. I don't like sneezing loud. So I always do that to excuse my nose. And someone says, you shouldn't do that because you can blow your brains out. I'm thinking now, like, I always thought, like, oh, you're just being, like, over dramatic. But I am slightly wondering now, like, could I blow my own brains out?
Well, sayings come from something.
Maybe I should stop doing that. I just don't like sneezing really loud. Like, it brings attention.
Dads always have really loud
ones. My mum
ones.
has one and it's terrifying.
Yeah.
Like, I think she scared a few children. Like, even as a kid, I nearly pissed myself once because the sneeze was like terrible. Yeah. What is it with adults and really loud sneezes?
Know.
I think that's why I do that and squeeze the top of my nose because I don't want to do a loud sneeze. I just don't want to attract attention.
So you just blow your brains out instead?
Yeah.
Okay.
Which inadvertently attracts quite a bit of attention.
Yeah. She dies of sneeze.
Okay, so this next one. And this one, again, it's another little moral story. You should be careful where you leave your champagne.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, is this going to be a cork?
No, which is exactly what I was thought was going on. This one's rather unusual. I'm taking you back to 1903. And there was a grand ball which was taking place in a theatre in Vienna, in Austria. obviously it was bustling with partygoers, which included a Russian heiress.
Ooh.
Yeah. So obviously quite a big party, I should imagine. While she danced away in the theatre pit, so that would have been like the ground seating, some more partygoers were in the theatre boxes above. One, unfortunately, accidentally bumped into and knocked over a bottle of champagne, sending it flying over the ledge of the box. It sent it plummeting into the pit, hitting the Russian heiress as she danced on the floor, and it's reported that she died instantly from the impact. So, yeah.
To be fair, they're probably heavy.
Yeah. So, yeah, thuck on the head. Well, I don't know. I'm presuming it was her head.
Yeah, it makes sense.
Yeah.
A thock.
It's a good word, that is, isn't it? I like thock. Proper thock to the head. Yeah, killed her instantly. So, yeah, poor old Russian heiress. I mean, not the worst way to go.
No, not the worst way to go.
She was obviously quite happy and jolly, jumping around on the dance floor. Oh, actually, I don't think they jumped around in those days. What was it?
1903.
Yeah, it's like ballroom. I don't know. What sort of dances did they do then? Is it just ballroom dancing?
I don't know. I'm not from then.
No, I don't know what types of dance are. I'm not really into dancing.
Me neither.
Oh, okay.
Do I look like I dance?
More than me?
No.
Okay. Well, either way,
she got thocked.
Yeah, she got thocked on the head. Okay. So then this next one is the first death by motor vehicle. Okay. Because I nearly did this as a Patreon, this one, and we could do a whole thing on it, but I quite liked this one. Because she didn't necessarily die from the motor vehicle in the way I was expecting. So, in 1869, there'd never been a death caused by a motor vehicle, and that was until August the 31st of that year. Mary Ward was a remarkable woman who had done some pioneering work in astronomy and science. Okay. Naturally, obviously, a curious woman, she of course jumped at the chance to ride in her husband's brand new car. Now, it's worth noting that at this time, the cars were not...
Didn't have seatbelts.
Yeah, and nothing like how they are today. They were known as road locomotives. Okay, not cars.
Oh, because they had the little steamy thing.
Yeah, they had... And they were nothing more than like little steam trains with rubber tyres attached, and they weighed approximately 1.5 tons. So very heavy.
Jeez, oh no, is she going to get crushed by it?
Maybe. So though the car was only travelling at 4 miles per hour, which seems nothing to us, like I'm pretty certain you could run quicker.
You can walk faster than that.
Mary fell from the passenger side of the vehicle as it took a sharp bend. Okay, so I was thinking, what was she doing in the first place?
A sharp bend.
A sharp bend.
At 4 miles an hour.
So I don't know what she was doing. The enormous back wheel ran straight over her.
Oh.
Yeah. Newspaper report stated that she died of a dislocation of the neck. However, I wondered if that was a polite way for the time of
beheaded.
saying... Yeah.
She was definitely beheaded.
Yeah, I think she was decapitated. Yeah. A dislocation of the neck.
It just sounds better.
It sounds nice, doesn't it? She suffered a dislocation of the neck.
Oh, is that all? Oh, okay.
And by dislocation, we mean it's in the following field.
Don't think it's shot off, not at 4 miles an hour. It's probably just...
Popped off.
Yeah. It's like it was in the drain.
Rolled a little bit.
Oh.
Yeah. How nasty. But at 4 miles an hour, what was she doing?
I just imagine like a 3-wheeler going around a corner.
Well, I wonder, did it slightly tip going round the corner and then she fell out? But then I thought, it's not going fast enough. No. Or was it just that unstable, the early cars?
I have no idea.
But yeah, I thought the first step of with a motor vehicle might be somewhere like in the road or something. And like they just didn't stop in time. Like now, if she was in the road and they were coming around the corner and they didn't have time to stop, that would make sense.
How the hell are you going to stop a 2-ton car?
Yeah. So maybe that's why they're only allowed to go at 4 miles. Maybe that's why they're only allowed to go at 4 miles an hour.
Yeah. There's no emergency stop.
Yeah.
You just have to stop, like, dunk another car in front of you. That's your brake.
But I also weirdly imagine, and maybe this is bad because I'm sure it was obviously very traumatic for whoever she was with. But I feel like she's doing a bit of a dramatic thing. Like maybe she wanted them to stop and they don't. She goes, I'm going to throw myself out of the car if you don't. But then she did a bit of a comical fall. Like no one thought it'd actually be that serious. And then it just went a bit wrong. And ended up decapitating her.
A little bit wrong.
Yeah.
Maybe. She doesn't strike me as a dramatic woman. If she's curious and...
So yeah, so just rather unfortunate. But I am curious, did she just like flop off the side or...
I have no idea. He pushed her.
Oh, I didn't think that. It's another murder, Natasha.
No, probably it was just an accident.
But yes, anyway, on to the next one.
Mm-hmm.
So this one is a person crushed by their own invention. Obviously, there's been some brilliant inventions and some not so brilliant. And this one I don't think was a terrible one. It just I don't think was necessarily the best.
Okay.
So a man by the name of Sam Wardle couldn't afford to oversleep. He was a lamplighter in New York in the mid-1800s. He was obviously had to light the streets every evening and needed to be up early to put them out again at dawn. Of course, looking to ensure he never overslept, he came up with his own handy invention.
I think I know where this is going.
He connected the clock by a wire to a catch that fitted to a shelf in his room. He then placed a 10-pound stone on the shelf.
No.
When the alarm struck, the shelf would fall and the stone would fall to the floor, making a large bang.
It would do, but it's going to fall on his head.
It worked perfectly for quite a substantial amount of time with success, so no problems. And Sam had never missed a shift, so a seemingly perfect invention. Although I would be questioning it if he was up on an upper floor. I'd be a bit pissed off if I was the person below.
Yeah.
Because I'd be like, fucking hell, every time, 5 o'clock in the morning, banging on the ceiling. So everything was okay until one Christmas Eve. He'd invited his friends round, so he'd had to move the furniture to make some space. Okay?
Yeah.
When they left, he dragged the furniture back. Now, he was obviously tired, and I'm going to go with possibly drunk, and so he was not paying too much attention to where he was placing the furniture.
Yep.
At 5 a.m, the alarm sounded?
It's like my alarm.
It is. At 5 a.m, the alarm sounded, the shelf fell, dropping the 10-pound stone directly onto Sam's head. The end.
Well, I knew that was coming. It's like some Wallace and Gromit.
It is a little bit Wallace and Gromit style. I mean, it did work. It was obviously quite effective for a long time. So it's not the worst invention. However, I think he probably should have put a little bit more thought into that when he moved his furniture back. But then, I don't know, early hours of Christmas Day, Christmas Eve night, probably a bit pissed. You know, oh, fuck it, it'll be all right. Maybe he forgot that he'd... You know when you forget to not switch your alarm off and it's a day off and you're like, for fuck's sake, I've got woke up now. Maybe that's what
he didn't get woken up. He got murdered.
by
himself.
By his own invention. But yes. So I have a couple of more, but these ones, I didn't really have much on them. So this is why I kind of found the other ones first and I was like, there really wasn't much there. So I added the first ones.
Okay.
So this one we're going very far back. And this is Draco of Athens. Was an Athenian lawmaker in 620 BC. So just a little while ago. He was reportedly smothered to death by a gift of cloaks and hats that were showered upon him at a theatre in Greece.
Oh, so he was... Okay. Yeah, so he was maybe like a actor and...
Yeah, they were throwing stuff on.
So
it's like gratitude, like an applause. Yeah, throwing their coats. You know, like now, like old women throw bras. This was the ancient Greek equivalent. And yeah, he actually got smothered to death under the whole weight of the cloaks and hats. Although weirdly, I was thinking cloaks and hats. I mean, I know it can be cold at night there, but I'm thinking like it's quite hot. So why is everyone so wrapped up?
I think it does get a little bit cold.
Okay.
Depends the time of year.
So yeah, I think he, if the very least, if it wasn't what smothered him first, he probably would have died of heat exhaustion and a heap of clothes.
Yeah.
So like, you know, everyone was really pleased with his work, but
they murdered him for it.
Yeah. So I mean, I guess he probably died quite happy. He was thinking, you know what, this is a good round of applause. And then yeah, just kept. It was like, throw more at me.
It's just weird, like move.
Yeah.
They just take a step
back. But maybe
back.
they were just so heavy and everyone was piling them on so quick that he just couldn't react. At first he thought, it's like, it's okay, I can cope with this.
And this is fine.
Before you know it, someone had laced theirs with like rocks in the pocket. And then...
It's like, oh, that was my rock collection. Oopsie.
No, he's dead. Okay. So this next one, I might fuck up the names here, was in 20 AD. And this was Claudius Drusus, I think is how you say the surname. He was the eldest son of a future Roman emperor, Claudius. And he was about to die from a pear.
A pear?
So, having tossed the pear high in the air, he caught it in his mouth.
Yes, he did.
Unfortunately, it also rammed down the back of his throat And he choked on it, so died of asphyxia.
Showing off there.
Yeah, bit of a knob. That's like... Because I always think, like, you know, when people like throw gropes up and catch them, I was like, I hope you choke on that. It's probably quite bad on my part, but also you've been a knobhead and showing off, so I hope you do choke on your grape. But yeah, this one, a whole pear. I mean, to be fair, that would be quite painful. Imagine that.
Wasn't it just like the pear cork?
I don't know. It just said death by a pear, so he caught it. Like, he threw it up in the air.
Oh, I thought he like ate it.
You can get quite little pears.
Yeah, I thought he ate it and then was just showing off like, look, I can capture this part.
Oh, I don't know, maybe. Well, either way.
That's why it like went in so easy.
Yeah. Well, I didn't know if it was just like the bottom or even the top end, and it's like wedged in. Like, you know, because of the force of it falling.
Yeah.
Like the skinny end. I don't know what's the top end of a pear called. The top end?
The tip of the pear.
Okay. Do you get... Because is there a bottom?
I assume so. Like the light bulb.
Yeah.
It's like a light bulb shape, so the thinner part.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That went in first, but the force of it, because it's coming so high in the air, it's just like wedged in his throat, and then he's like, oh.
And everyone's just watching him. It's like, oh, you're such a knob.
He's like, he'll stop in a minute.
He's doing it because he's dramatic. Just don't pay attention to him. He'll be fine.
Yeah, it's fine. Anyway, this next one is Edmund Ironside. And he was to die on the 30th of November, 1016. He was the King of England, although I don't remember him being mentioned.
No.
No, neither do I. So maybe he had a very short reign. I should probably go back and have a little look. Maybe he reigned, one of those that just reigned for a couple of days or something.
Like Lady Jane Grey.
He was allegedly stabbed whilst on the toilet by an assassin hiding underneath.
Oh.
Yeah, stabbed in the bottom. Can you imagine that?
Ugh. You want to make sure you get in there before he starts. Ew.
Yeah. I hope that you didn't poo on them. or maybe this is how it happened. They said it was an assassin. What it was an old-fashioned toilet cleaner. You know, because it had the big tubes, the pipes. Yeah. They were cleaning it out. And they were like, wait, mate, don't go yet. I've not finished cleaning. He started having a shit. And he thought, you know what, I'm not having this. And maybe it said stabbed, but it didn't say what it was stabbed with. Maybe it had a big broom or something and just stabbed him up the arse, like impaled him and caused internal bleeding.
Oh, maybe that's like maybe that's the inspiration for Tyrion murdering his dad on the toilet. Can't remember his dad's name. Oh, damn it. He shot his dad on the toilet with a bow and arrow.
Oh.
It's perfect.
There we go. But yeah, this one right up the bottom. I mean, you wouldn't be expecting it, but also it gives you really irrational fear. I mean, not for him, he's dead soon, but everyone else at the time would be like, oh, a bit scared to sit on the toilet. You got to look down first.
Yeah, I might start checking. Like sometimes, if it's a foreign toilet, like it's not one in my house,
fit in yours.
I have to check that there's nothing in there. So I remember being in Cyprus. Was it Starbucks? They have these weird toilets. And like their supply closet. No, their supply closet was like in the toilet.
Oh.
And sometimes that door was open. And I was just like, well, I really need to go toilet. But I don't know if I should close the door because it was like a basement. Oh. So I couldn't see if anyone was in there. But I really need to go toilet. So I kind of closed the door too. But then it's also like...
someone could just walk in.
Yeah.
That's all right. They can just enjoy watching you have a piss. Or shit, depending on what you needed.
It was wee. Yeah, it's like... why have that where the toilet is?
No idea.
That's your entrance. It's just a dark cave.
You just sat there like, hello.
Buonasera.
But yes. So this next one is another member of royalty. And this was Prince Philip of France. And the year was 1131. And the 13th of October, to be precise. So I wonder if it was a Friday. He would die whilst riding through Paris. I was expecting a horse fall. I think, okay, I mean, it's a dangerous sport. However, he didn't die exactly how I thought he was going to die. His horse tripped over a black pig that was running out of a muck heap.
Oh.
And he died as a result of falling from the horse.
Is the horse okay?
Tripped. Well, I hope so. He didn't mention anything more about the horse, but I'll be honest, I don't really give a shit about the horse. I'm hoping that just like quickly tripped over, got back up and was all right.
And he's just like...
yeah. And it's more like the horse spooked and then he's been thrown from the horse, hit his head and died. I'm not too bothered about Prince Philip of France, I'll be honest. But yeah, so I thought that was a bit of a unfortunate way to go. You think they probably do all these hearty battles at that time. He's made it all the way there, made it all the way back. And that bloody black pig.
That's all it is, isn't it? It's like that man who went over the Niagara Falls and then he died because he slipped on an orange peel. And then...
But yes. So then, this next one... now, I don't know if you've ever had to... If you've brought a fancy man over and you've had to hide them from someone else.
Oh, I think I looked at this one.
Oh, okay. Maybe.
Is this where he gets like asphyxiated because he's in a cupboard?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, so I guess this is another moral of the story one. If you've got a fancy man to hide, maybe don't put him in a cupboard and seal it. Because unfortunately for James Betts, that is exactly what happens when his lover Elizabeth Spencer hid him in a cupboard at the Corpus Christi College in Cambridge in an attempt to hide James from her father, John Spencer.
Yeah.
So, first of all, don't stuff people in cupboards.
No.
But also, I was sort of thinking, like, how long was he in there? Then did the door just get jammed to the cupboard?
Maybe.
And then they could get him out. Just, oh, shit.
It was like that case that's in America right now. She claimed that they were playing hide and seek, but she zipped him into a suitcase. And he died that way. And she was like, oh no, he got in there willingly.
Yeah, but you only leave him there for like maybe a minute. You don't...
She left him there like overnight or something.
Okay.
So she's on trial for murder.
I should hope so.
Yeah.
Okay. So this next one, the guy 100% deserved it because he's an absolute knobhead for doing what he did. And this is the Governor Morris. Now, he would die on the 6th of November in 1816 from an infection. Not that uncommon for the time. However, he got that infection after using a whalebone to clear a blockage in his urinary tract. He's shoving a whalebone up his penis. Why? Also, how is that clearing a blockage?
He's not cleaning. He's not clean. Does he think he...
The only thing I could think of, did he think he had kidney
stones? Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
Why are you shoving that up your penis? Because like whalebones are quite big,
right?
I
assume so. It's a whale. Maybe he just wanted to experiment.
Well, that's what I was wondering. Like, I was thinking more if it like just went up his foreskin, but like actually up the urinary tract. So then I'm thinking, was he in pain from a kidney stone? But either way, that's not the implement you're shoving up there, is it?
No. It's making me...
aren't you supposed to like try and flush it out or something?
You're supposed to pee it out.
Well, yeah, but if you want to aid it, make it go through a bit quicker.
I have no idea.
Or would pushing water up there make it go back?
I don't know.
How
the hell do you get whalebone up there?
I don't know, but even as a woman with a larger opening, I'm not shoving a whalebone in my fanny.
I don't.
Just why?
It's like that guy who like shoved a World War II bomb up his arse.
Yeah.
You fell on it. Of course you fell on it. There's no way you fell on that.
Just why? I don't like it.
No, I don't like it.
Okay.
I'm very silent on that one because I don't want to. No.
It's just disgusting.
Yeah.
Like, he deserved to die. I'm sorry, but...
Yeah.
Anyway, I'll have one more. So William Payne Galloway, the second baronet, who was a former British MP, died after sustaining severe internal injuries from a fall. Now, not uncommon. However, it was how he fell, and this amused me more than it should have done. He was out hunting one day, and when it says hunting, I don't think on horseback. I think it was on foot, because he tripped over a turnip. He tripped over a turnip and sustained internal bleeding and died.
How?
I don't know, but he tripped on a large turnip.
That's silly.
Yep. So I thought...
Tripped over a turnip.
Tripped over a turnip.
I'm still not over the other one, sorry.
What, with whalebone?
Yeah, I'm still not over that one. Tripped over a turnip. And then what did you fall on to get internal bleeding?
Is it a bit rocky, a bit hard?
Unless you fell on another turnip.
Yeah, maybe it was like a rock hard turnip.
Yeah.
And he like got him in the stomach. Maybe he was just a bit weak anyway. And then, his insides.
Oh, hunting on foot as well. What would you hunt?
Well, I'm thinking, like just with rifles, like birds.
Yeah.
If they're running, like, or the stalkers, like rabbit, like game.
Yeah.
Or rabbit, or a deer in the forest.
Yeah.
And you've passed a turnip field.
Oh. The turnips are cursed.
Yeah. That makes me think of the children's story, The Big Hairy Toe. But yeah, tripped over a turnip and died. What a way to go. Imagine that, so in the country.
Yeah, it's a bit pathetic.
But it's also weirdly, in my head, what I imagine, like, I feel like he looks like he would die that way.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
He kind of looks like a turnip as well. Yeah.
But yeah, so I thought that was a good collection of some random and little ones. The urinary tract one really pissed me off.
That. I'm still not over that.
Why?
So surely there was like a pencil, something smaller than a whalebone.
Yeah. I mean, is the bits of whalebone that's really tiny?
I have no idea. I'm assuming like a whale rib at this point.
Yes, unless like they're classing teeth as bones. I mean, even those, do whales have teeth? Like a pointy one, like a fang. I don't know, do whales have fang teeth?
I don't even think.
Do whales even have teeth?
Don't they have, well, if I'm finding Nemo, they have those like bristles.
Oh, yeah.
You don't want one of them all there either.
No. But yeah, what
That's not a bone.
But yeah, whalebone.
Google it.
Yeah. It's going to be like some massive thing. But why are you shoving that up your penis? Just why?
It's because he's disgusting is why. There's no excuse to shove that up there. There's not.
Like, I'd be anxious about even something like as thick as a needle going up there.
Okay, so sometimes corsets have whale bones.
Oh, okay. Oh, so there must be some quite fine bones in it. So maybe it's been like shaved down.
But like, yeah, Googled it, looking at them.
Is he ripped apart his wife's corset? Like, oh, that'll do. That'll fit up there.
Maybe.
Because I'm thinking, would it be like, like the wire that you get in your underwire bras? Is it that sort of stuff? But even that, I'm not really...
It'll still be thicker than that. Corset boning is quite thick.
Yeah.
I can't imagine...
But why? Why didn't he go to a doctor?
Sorry, this one's very sharp. What is this used for?
Well, no wonder it killed him off. Good. Did he clear the blockage in the end? Is what I was trying to find out, but I couldn't.
Probably not. Oh, they're just so weird.
Just why? Why would you do it?
Don't know. Because like, there's lots of arches made out of whalebone, and they are massive. Why?
Yeah, because I'm thinking Vikings. Like, like the entrance into like their towns, they used to have massive whalebones.
That's essentially what it is. Yeah.
Yeah, but you're not getting that with your penis, are you?
No. Well, it's probably like a whalebone corset type one. Even that's big. That should not be going up anywhere.
I don't think you should be shoving anything up there.
No. Serves him
I'd
right.
be anxious about putting a bit of water up there as pressure, but...
I imagine it's painful.
Yeah, must have... Can we get why do you go and say kidney stones?
Yes, we can get kidney stones, yes.
Yes.
We just pee them out.
Yeah, I'm going to say, but I feel like we'd pee them out much easier.
Well, yeah, we can give birth.
Yeah. I know, but it's not the same.
No, it's not
hole,
the same. It's not the same hole, but the hole is...
Yeah, it'd be uncomfortable, but I feel like we could pass it better. One, I think we're just a bit tougher anyway. But with the men, it's got a narrower, longer bit to come out of.
I'm not enjoying this.
Yeah. I should maybe stop thinking about kidney stones and penises.
Yeah.
And shoving whale bones up there.
Yeah.
Like, I know men go for a bit of misadventure sometimes, but like, this is that on the... I hope it was because he had kidney stones. Maybe he was getting a bit delirious with it. And that's why he decided to do it. Because I know people with urine infections can go a bit delirious. So
let's hope it's that.
In that case, not entirely his fault.
No.
However, if it was for any other reasons... I mean, can you get satisfaction from shoving?
Let's ask men.
Okay, if there's any men listening to this, could you... I'm not suggesting you do any of these things, but could you maybe let me know if you get some form of satisfaction from
Maybe
shoving
don't
things up
let
your...
us know. We're going to get some weird messages, Amelia. No. Just... Yeah. Do you really want to know?
Can people get off
No.
sticking whalebones up their penises?
No.
Someone thought they could.
I remember watching something where this man had his enlarged, and that was a very... He could probably get a whalebone up that one.
Oh, but why?
He couldn't use it though because it was too big.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
I don't think there was enough blood to get.
Oh God, it's just half floppy.
Anyway,
and you're working like your brain, your flaccid brain.
Oh yeah, my flaccid brain. I still have flaccid brain.
I think I'm getting a bit of a flaccid brain. Much of a whalebone. You might sort it out, Natasha.
Scratch it out.
Yeah.
Anyway,
on that note, I think that's us done for this episode.
Yes.
I think maybe we both have urinary tract infections. We're going a bit delirious at the end of this.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hopefully you've enjoyed our bizarre and unusual deaths. And
I did.
There's a few moral of the stories there. Don't run with scissors.
No.
Don't climb over barbed wire fences.
Don't shove anything up your penis.
Yeah, and watch where you leave your champagne bottles.
Yes.
But other than that, I'm sure you'll all be fine.
Yes.
So on that note, in the meantime,
keep creeping.
And we'll keep digging.